Hello everyone, this is the next lesson from Serena, and today we're going to make copper earrings decorated with feathers and different crystals. So that's what we're gonna have in the end. This is example with a mixed color of feathers, natural feathers, and crystals. You see a big crystal in the center and small conusses around. So we're gonna make the same design but with different color. So generally I suggest to make two different earrings, one with the big feathers in one ear and another one is with the small pendant for the other ear. So that's how it looks like from the back side. You see the copper basic and feathers are fixed on this basic, so that's why we need to do that, because this design is created for unmovable fixation of feathers. So that's how the locket looks like from the back side. And now we're gonna make the same earrings but with the pinkish colors. So I have a big feathers with the fixed center. Generally feathers have a thick center when they are big. A smaller one have a thin center and not really visible. And here we have I have butterfly shaped crystal and conusses, pink color. So everything will be pink today. And also I will use the tiny rose, aluminium plated rose, just for bright spot on the locket. So that's how the basic looks like. And this is the second element. Actually this part of earrings have only two elements. Very simple to do. Generally I have a copybook with different earrings drawn there, and I'm not making each time the new one, just I use them as a cliche. So that's how I place my feathers and fix them here and on the looped element. So two fixations we have. So let me show you how I start creating such a design. Generally on the piece of paper, if you remember our last lesson with the winded element. So for example, I'm drawing like this shape and I'm using it as a cliche. Maybe a customer will ask you to make the same earrings for both ears with feathers and then you're using this cliche to create absolutely the same shape. And also maybe I will use it in 1 month, in 2 weeks, if somebody will ask me to make something similar. So this element starts with the one loop and just I put it on the paper, use the flat nose pliers just to turn the wire to the other side, and then just up till here I also change the direction of the wire, and I leave a tail to loop and fix the wire on the top. So when you are looping, just put your finger here very strongly to fix properly the wires, otherwise you will damage the construction, and just turn the piece of wire around, then cut the rest and use the flat nose pliers and squeeze properly Don't remove your finger up till the construction will be unmovable. So it must be substantial and the looped part must not move and not slide. So you see that the loop is in the turned position because the locket is in the front position. If you remember my first lessons, I described you the rule of the chain. So each element must have opposite plane. When you're combining them, when you're connecting them, they must be turned in the different positions. It gives you a possibility to make the all earring in the one plane. So this is the second element, a looped one with the 4 loops. Also very easy to make. Just you're taking the piece of wire and using the round nose pliers, you're just making the 4 loops like this. So it will be placed here, and if you have 2 big feathers, you will make 4 loops. It will be enough. 2 loops to fix the feathers and other ones to fix on the first element. So here will be the fixation with the thin wire. So if you have a small thin feathers or you want to make something valuable, very big one, you can use 3 feathers and then you will make 5 loops and place them here, and these ones are using to fix with the thin wires fixed with the first element. So 5 or 4, it's up to you and your feathers. So that's everything we need to know, and the process is very simple. The only difficulty is working with the feathers themselves. Why? Because they're very fuzzy, and this tutorial is a bit difficult because it's very problematic to show you the process, because fuzzy feathers they hide the wires a lot. So sometimes I cannot see what I'm doing myself. So 2 feathers. First I'm placing them in the position I want here. So the ends should come inside central loops of the second element, like this distance should be between in my construction. And the first thing I need to do is to take the thin wire around 0.4 millimeters or 0.3, it's up to you, and now I'm looping it around a feather. Just leave around maybe 3 or 4 millimeters from the top and start to make around 4 loops maybe, just for proper fixation. Stretch it so it must be fixed properly, and this should be enough to hold the feathers on the wire. And the second one, so that's what we are doing now. So we have fixed them together. Now they are holding on the wire properly. Not moving, not sliding. That should be enough. While doing that, remember that you should be very careful about the center of feathers, because if you break them, if you smash them, they will stay in the same position. It's not possible to recover the feathers. So it's very gentle work. So now Two feathers must come inside of two central loops. Just now correct the plane so they must be flat, so a little bit break in the ends of feather center. The next job depends on the quality of your feathers, how soft they are, how thick is the center. So just work on this situation and improvise as much as you can. But the result should be properly fixed feathers. And now I am looping, winding the thin wire around up till I move to the last loop. And now I need to fix two elements together using the thin wire. So I made two loops around, and now this side is fixed. So what we're gonna do next? Now we are going to decorate this small triangle which appeared on the top of our element. I'm going to decorate it with big conusses or any small crystals or small beads, whatever you have. So now the wire is on the first element. I've already shown you a few times how to decorate the wire with the crystals. So this is the winding part with the crystal decoration. Just I'm turning the wire around the thick one and adding the crystals in the process of work. This is very easy, perfect for beginners. I could put this lesson for starters, for beginners, but working with feathers needs lots of patience. Generally, beginners don't have such patience and not as sensitive fingers. I will have 3 crystals from each side of our small triangle. So 2 I already used and 1 more. So now I move to the central loop, and here in this step I'm going to use the big crystal to decorate the center and to hide the central loops where I fixed the feathers. I have a butterfly with the hole on the top This is not a drilled element, so just you see how it look like. Only one hole on the top. It creates a bit difficulty for fixation. If it would be drilled, I will just fix this somewhere here on the loop. But I cannot do that, so that's why my element will be hanged on the top. The wire is rather rough, so slowly I'm moving my crystal down, and I want the wings of my butterfly touch the feathers, so it must be placed somewhere in the center of triangle. That's why the wire will be rather long and not looking pretty good, but I must do this maximally accurate. So I'm returning my wire and turn it around the central loop. Very difficult to show because of the feathers. Actually, it doesn't matter how you're gonna do that. The result must be looked accurate. So that's why there is no sense for me to show you my direct actions about fixating this crystal. Just fix it somehow, but it must fix properly, not sliding, and looking accurate. That's it. I don't like my long wires, so that's why I will turn the butterfly around itself, just twisting it, and make one wire from two wires. You know what I mean, just twisting it, twist them together. So now I'm moving from the opposite side of triangle and decorate it also with 3 crystals. So this element is symmetrical. I will do the same job from the opposite side. So you see I'm twisting it. And now it looks nice and wires are not really visible. So 3 more crystals to fix. And while I'm doing that, let's talk shortly about which kind of crafts you can use in this design. You can use natural beads, you can use big beads, shiny beads, agate beads instead of the butterfly crystals I made here. But I like crystals combination with feathers. It's always look very sparkling, and this kind of earring generally goes with the evening dresses, so something fashionable for the celebrations or parties. So that's why shinies and crystals is very actual for this design. But if you like natural stone, you can use anything, and drilled stones are much more comfortable to fix on the top of this basic. Also, if you like patinated copper, as most of my customers, they don't like shining copper, I don't know why. But in this design, patinated copper is not possible to polish and return the pinkish color. It will be rather dark, and the final look will be not so good as not patinated copper. If you have silver plated copper, is also good, or maybe golden plated or something. Silverish or goldish color is also good. So now I finished and fixed the last loop to the opposite side of the first basic. So you see what I've done. I did the same actions symmetrically to the opposite part of earrings. So now I'm going to fix the feathers properly, and I'm returning the wire to the place we started the work. Because in my situation, my center of feathers are really soft and I want to give them extra fixation, and I don't want to use the glue. So that's why I am returning my thin wire to the central loop. I mean the looped element, the small one, where the feathers are fixed. And I'm fixing the second feather, because if you remember from the first start of this design, we fixed only one feather. And the other one is still in the air somewhere, because it falls out from the hole. It doesn't want to be fixed there. It depends on the feathers, not depend on you. And I want to give it extra fixation. That's why I'm returning the wire to the center, and I'm looping the feather around again over the looped part, so it's extra looping, let's say. How you gonna do that? It depends on the feathers, so I cannot give you direct recommendations how exactly you should do that. Just make it accurate, to make the loops not really visible, to not spoil all the design. So now just I'm making extra actions because of my feathers. They are soft, they are big, and I want to fix them more than needed. So that's why just I take my time to do that. If your feathers are smaller with the rough center, they will possibly not fall out from the holes. So you fix them once and that's it. In this case I like peacock feathers. There are some small on sale, not huge one, but small. Lovely color, rainbow color, and rough center. So with accurate actions, finally I turn the wire around my second feather and put it in the loop somewhere just to finish the work. If you have a feathers quality like mine, you probably also need to do that. So in this stage, fuzzy feathers, they are really annoying, and if you want to cut the wire, so I need to do it now, just blow on the feathers. Keep on blowing, and while you're blowing on them, the fuzzy parts just spreading, and you see the wire properly, and you will cut it accurately without damaging the feather. So a little bit sorry for a longer process, but so I'm done finally. So and I need to cut it now. Sometimes you need to do extra actions or do something longer than you expected, but it gives you a better result. And I guarantee that the feathers will never fly away on the wind. So my feathers are fixed very well. And many of you will ask me a question, why you need the basic, why you want to fix the ends of the feathers, why? Because we are not always present in the room somewhere. We are coming outside and the strong wind is moving the feathers, and this design is for monolithic construction, so I don't want feathers to be moved at all. And secondly, too long earrings can break easily and quickly because of the strong wind or your own hands. If you want to wear them for a longer time and the look is not changing, so you better give them extra fixation here. If you want, you can leave it like this, but just I will show you. On these earrings, here is the fixation. Be careful, this is a very gentle work. You must not damage the feather. So slowly. First, spread the earrings on the basic, so you must exactly know the distance between two feather centers. In the beginning we could not know, that's why I didn't win the basic from the beginning, and I'm doing it now. Keep on blowing with your mouth on the feathers to not catch the fuzzy parts. So I use the longer wire. This is the most difficult difficult stage, because here this winded part must be not really visible from the front side of earrings. So move carefully. Up till your wire stays next to the center of feather. Only now you can turn the wire on the front side. Keep on blowing on the feathers. So here, and put it on the back side. One fixation is more than enough. Don't make two or more, otherwise you will separate the feather on two parts, and the fixation will be too much visible and unpretty. The same actions we are making with the other feather. Just try to fix the wire with the one pressing very gently, and don't damage the center of feather. This is very important. So your big feathers are properly fixed. They are not sliding, they are not moving, they are not turning. And it's not possible to damage them or break them somehow because of the strong wind when you're coming outside. I'm keep on blowing on feathers to cut the wire closely to the feather, and one squeeze gently. So let's say that our element is ready. It's very simple to make, really simple. Nothing special here about the techniques. The only difficulty is the feathers themselves. So that's it. Both sides of the copper element is symmetrical. So 3 the cornices, crystals from one side, 3 from other, and the one big in the center. So that's it, and looks very nicely. Now let's think about the locket. So very nice, as you see. You could add third feather, but I don't like 3 because it's too much voluble, and in the ears it's too big. So let's think about this locket, how we are going to make it. The same copper wire, 0.75 millimeters. Don't take thicker one, otherwise it won't come in the hole in your ears. It will be too painful to wear. Leave around maybe 2.5 centimeters and make a loop. Try to remember in which way you are twisting the wire now, from left to the right or from the right to the left. This is very important. So you made the one loop, and hold it in your fingers or by pliers. Pliers are scratching too much. If it's possible, don't use them at all, and keep on turning the wire around to create the metallical disc. Press it strongly by your fingers on the one hand and turning the wire using other hand. So it gives you a guarantee that the disc will be flat and no space between loops. Try to use the wire which is not damaged and absolutely straight. So I make around 5 loops, and now I need to make another loop. I already shown you this process in my X lessons, but in this stage I cut the wire and make just the one opening loop. Here I'm not cutting it, just like that, because last time I used the glue and the cap. Here I'm not using the cap, just keep on spinning the wire, as you see. And now I'm not pressing. Now I have distance between the disc and the wire, and I'm turning it to the center, so in the opposite way. I leave a little tail. So here we are. When you are making the second ear locket, you should use only one rule. The twisting this of the wire must be in the opposite direction. So when you start with the first one, remember the remember the direction, from left to the right or from the right to the left. So now I'm looking at my first one. So its look must be like in the mirror, symmetrical. And this is a very important. The rest of design is not really important. It depends on you how you will decorate it with crystals or beads or whatever. But when you are twisting, just remember that it must be in the directly opposite way. So the rest of the process is the same. So just you pressing your fingers on it and turn the wire around. So absolutely the same. I'm not going to comment anything here because this ear locket will look absolutely the same. So I'm not going to show you the process of working on both of them. So just I will leave it like this. So that's how it looked like. Very simple and very awesome look in the end. Just for variety of ear lockets. I like ear hooks, but sometimes you want just something different. And now we will start to decorate it. So here I leave the little tail. And this little tail I will use to fix the rose. I have a small aluminium rose drilled in the center. And now this tail I will turn underneath the rose just to hide it. And to make this construction valuable, it must not be flat. So that's what we have. Now take the pliers and turn this part on 90 degrees. Do it gently and slowly, otherwise you will turn the disc to the spiral, so you will damage the construction. So do it slowly. And the whole locket is ready. And now everything we need to do is to decorate it with crystals to make it more valuable and a little bit bigger, and fix the loops as well to make it more monolithic and unbreakable. So let's do that. Taking the thin wire, and I'm starting with the loop. The first crystal I'm going to use as the connection to the rose loop, and I'm fixing the disc and the center with the rose element. So the first crystal will be in the on the surface of the disc. And the other crystal also will decorate the center of the disc. You can place the crystal around the disc, but generally I use 3 or 4 crystals around, not more, because each customer have a different ears, and sometimes this part of ear is small, you know, and if your locket will be too much big with lots of crystals around, it will be unpretty. So if you don't know your customer, you don't know how her ears look like. So place the crystals on the top of the locket, somewhere 3 or 4 crystals, just a little bit to make the construction more valuable and a little bit interesting shape, but not more. I will use 6 beconnesses for this decoration. And now my crystals coming to the outside. As I said, I'm decorating the top of the locket. 4 of them will be on the top. And while you're working, you can fix the disc loops between each other, just for proper fixation. Or in the end of the work, it's up to you. Actually, the position of crystals don't really matter. The only everything you need to remember that of course both earrings must look the same, but not necessary to copy mine. Maybe you will use more crystals, maybe 2 crystals. It's not important. The only strong rule about this ear locket is the destination of disc loops, the symmetrical for both of them. How you will decorate it, that's your problem, that's your design. Just I'm suggesting you the one way, but the rest is up to you. So the meaning of this lesson is how to fix the feathers, how to work with feathers, and just wanted to show you the very interesting shape of earrings I created. Honestly, this is my own creation. I haven't seen like these earrings somewhere else. Maybe somebody already created it, maybe not, I don't know, but I've never seen. This is my own personal shape, came from my mind, and that's why I found it interesting to share with you. So now I put the wire in the center, in the central hole next to the rose. Just I use some, you see, just now I'm fixing the disc loops together. Which stage of work you're gonna do that, it's up to you. I'm doing it in the end, here. Only three loops is enough, I think so. Great. So now I will fix the wire and my job is finished. Well, as you see, I didn't cut the video, I didn't make it shorter, so you see that round maybe 17 minutes is enough to make an earring like that. It's not much. If you want to patinate it anyway, the best you can do is to make a basic, patinate the basics separately, and enough wire to combine it all together also separately. Because I'm not sure for example, aluminium element, my rose, I prefer to not put it in ammonium, and feathers as well, because ammonium have rather strong smell, you know, and who knows what will be happen with the feather, especially with the color of the feather, because they're colored. So I fixed the ends of my wire. Doesn't matter how you're gonna do that, so it's no need to fix your attention on my own tricks how I'm doing that. Just fix the wires in the comfortable way for yourself. So this is the result we have. Yours one will be a little bit different. Maybe you won't use the rose but the small bead or a big crystal, whatever. So that's the final result. My loop here is not opening, but my element is opening. Just need to connect them together. Let me remind you the rule of the chain. I open the hook here. The hook is turned, you see, and the locket have a front connection, so side and front, and everything lays in the one plane. So this is a correct position of earring. That's the final result. Very beautiful. It will be you will look all awesome in this earring, and give you a guarantee. If you have two the same one, or one big and one small, it's up to you. And the back side is also look rather neat and nice, so the same earrings but different look because of the color. So really I recommend you to try, because the results will be amazing and all your friends will be really surprised that you can do it with your own hands. So have a nice party in this earring. That was the lesson from Serena, and see you next time. Have a good time and enjoy your jewelry. Bye.